Okay, we'll start with the count. But I can start. We were discussing a few sessions, right? This is going to be our fourth one. So our first discussion was about what is marketing. So under what is marketing, what did we discuss? What are the different areas we covered in what is marketing? Can you please tell me what we discussed in the first session? What are the areas we covered? Because now, after today's session, we will be going to discuss many practical applications of this subject. So that is why I am reminding you what we have discussed so far. So can you remember what the concepts or the areas we have covered during our first session? For the first handout, this topic. What did we discuss? What was it? What can you remember? Don't worry about your turn. Just tell me what you have. Sorry? Yes, needs, wants. What else? Else did we discuss? Just go through your handout. That's fine. Market offerings. Yes, market offerings. What else? Yes. Sorry? Yes, there is a second session. So the third session, I'm asking about the first session. Right. The needs and wants, the market offerings, and customer satisfaction. Those are like some of the concepts we have discussed. And simply, those can be named as the core concepts. Core concepts in marketing, right? Needs and wants, the customer satisfaction, the loyalty, the customer relationship management, then the market offerings, right? Those are some of the areas that we discussed as the core concept. But before that, we just try to identify what marketing is. Right? We try to identify what marketing is. Right? We try to identify different, I would say, the definitions. Right? That is all about satisfying customers' needs and wants while achieving the organizational objectives. Right? But in the traditional way, marketing is accepted as something which we do under selling and advertising. But that is not actually what marketing is. Marketing is a broader picture, which sometimes we see as consumers, or sometimes we see as end consumers, and there are so many things which we do not see. Right? We call it as the iceberg theory. Only the things on the activities on top of the iceberg we can see, and the activities below the or in the below level of the iceberg we cannot see, right? So on that way we try to identify the background of this marketing decision, right? And thereafter we discussed a few things about I would say the role of marketing, The role of marketing. So, role of marketing for a business, there are three roles. Marketing, what else? As a skill. What are the other two roles? Yes. What are the other two roles? Marketing as a skill. Sorry? Yes, marketing as a function. What else? Sorry. Not as a process. Sorry. No. As a function, as a skill, and as a philosophy. Right? Those are the three roles of marketing. And that is going to be very much important where we discuss how it works as a function. That is like other managerial functions that we have in any organization. Like we do analyzing, we do controlling, planning, monitoring, we do everything. Right? When it comes to philosophy, the overall idea of the business is guided by this marketing, this marketing. And when it comes to the marketing as a skill, we have four skills. The market sensing ability and maintaining relationships, right? Market relating. And finally, actually, we discussed this core concepts. And last, we discussed those CRM practices like 4 different types of customers. Or you can remember those barnacles, strangers, true friends, right? And butterflies, right? Those are the areas that we covered during first session that we had for this month. Right? I just reminded you that is because we need to have that understanding when we go for our further discussions in our marketing subject. Right? So in the second session, we right. So in the second session, we discussed about the different marketing philosophies, right? So there, what are the different philosophies we discussed? Where did we start from? Under philosophies, or we call it as marketing concepts. Right? We discussed different philosophies. What are those? Where did we start from? What was the first one? Is it production or product? Production. Right? So what did we discuss on the production philosophy? What was the main focus? That's very much easy. I told you the first three parts, the first three philosophies considered about technical considered about the customer needs and wants, and only from the marketing philosophy, the company started considering about customers needs and wants, right? So in the production, what was the main focus? Production philosophy, what was the main focus? This. If you are not, please go through the device. You won't be able to answer this. I know that you did not have enough time to go through this. Sorry? Yes, it was all about the less cost and making the products highly available or widely available. And companies who followed this production philosophy assume that customers will buy the products with less cost, and if it is widely available, Yes, in all the areas. But still they didn't focus about customers' needs and wants. They produce what they need to produce. Right? So let's see. Then in the next one we had this product concept. What is it? What was it all about? Product concept. Yes, making continuous improvements for the product. And due to this product concept, we discussed something important, that is marketing myopia. Marketing myopia. When a company is considering too much about the product's improvement, they forget to consider the customer's needs and wants, right. So it leads to this marketing myopia, because when the companies are starting to follow this product concept, they always focus on the continuous improvement that they can do for their products, right. And then we discuss about this selling philosophy. Selling philosophy. There we focus, or the companies focused only about undertaking huge promotion activities to sell their products, right? Rather than considering about the customers' needs and wants. And after this, right? So these three philosophies, or as these three concepts, did not focus about the customers' needs and wants. So after that, we started discussing about this marketing and societal marketing, and the holistic market. So these three concepts considered about the needs and wants, right? They considered about the needs and wants, but there are different practices related to these three philosophies. Like the marketing philosophy, they did not consider about the society, so that the societal marketing philosophy came up. And the holistic marketing, which is considered to be the best philosophy that any organization can follow, because it covers every aspect that we need to consider. In holistic marketing, we call everything matters, right? So these are the different things that we discussed under this anyone know how can I erase this at one point? For that, then make all right. Those are the things we discussed under the second session, right? So in the third one, or as the last session we had, we discussed about this marketing environment, right? We discussed about this marketing environment. So in the marketing environment, we told you we have different classifications to do this the analysis, the internal external analysis of micro macro analysis. But we used this micro macro analysis, but whatever it is, we cover all the aspects which affect for our business, right? That is what we discuss on the marketing environment. There we mainly discuss about this micro aspect and the macro aspect. Micro and macro aspect, right? So when it comes to this micro aspect, what are the areas we cover? The micro aspect, like micro marketing, micro environment analysis. What are the actors we discussed in micro environment? Yes, that was all about the players who are close to the company, right? Suppliers, competitors, our customers, management, right? Those are the things we discussed on the micro environment. When it comes to this macro environment, that is all about uh, the factors which can affect uh, any actor in this micro environment. Right? The macro environment කියන්නේ micro environment එකේ තියෙන ඕන කෙනෙකුට බලපෑමක් කරන්න පුළුවන් larger changes like demographic environment, culture, then our rules, regulation, right? Then our technology, environmental factors. Those are the things we discussed under this macro environment. And with that, we actually finished the session. And now today, we will be starting this marketing information systems, right? This is again something like this marketing environment, right? Or else to identify what is happening in the marketing environment, we need to have a better information system, right? That is all about, or that is everything that we need to know as a business. Because when we are running our business, we need to know what is happening in the environment, and we need to know what is happening inside the organization. We need to know everything. We need to know what our competitors are doing. So for that understanding, or to get that understanding, the organizations are running or managing the different information systems. And that we will be discussing under this marketing information systems. Right? So these would be our learning outcomes. The first one, you will be able to explain the importance of information in gaining insights about the marketplace and customers. And you will be able to define the marketing information system and discuss its parts and outline the steps in marketing research process. That is going to be the most important part of this session. And you will be able to explain how companies analyze and use marketing information. Right? These would be our learning outcomes of today's session. So marketing information and customer insights. That is the first part. To create value for customers and build meaningful relationships with our customers, the marketers must first gain fresh, deep insights into what customers need and want. Right? So as marketers, I'm always repeating, we need to have an understanding about what our customers need and want. Right? So what they actually need from us. So to get that understanding, we need to have the better information about our customers. Then only we can understand what our customers need to satisfy their different needs and wants. Right? So always when we are having a good marketing information system, it gives us the better customer and market insights. Right? The information itself does not provide the better insights. Right? I will explain this using an example. Let's say we have different different demand patterns of customers. Right? We have different demand patterns. Is someone talking? We have different demand patterns of the customers, right? And when we are having those different demand patterns of the customers, and it should always provide a better insight for the management to decide what they should produce most or what they should produce less, right? So to get that understanding, actually, we need to maintain or we need to manage our information. Then only we can use those information as an insight, or else just using the raw information we have as an organization, we would not be able to get the better understanding of what we are doing or what we need to do. I will take a simple example again. Let's take about your income statement or balance sheet, anything, right? Let's say we take this income statement. So according to income statement, in the first year, let's say 2023, we have this much of profit. But in 2024, we have another amount of profit. So in that case, this information system department need to come up with different comparison of why this profit has changed. If it has gone down, they need to provide the information on the inside of why it has gone down. Is it because of this crisis? Is it because of our sales price, our prices of our products are too high? Or else if our customers have left our organization or gone for any other organization or want to buy any other products, right? So that everything needs to be provided by this information system department, right? So any organization can have the different, any organization can have these information system departments under different scales, right? Some organizations might be investing a lot to manage or to maintain this information system divisions. Because this requires so much of technology, then this human analytical capabilities are needed, right? So many things are needed to manage these information systems department, right? So some organizations might be getting this information only from the external parties, or else they might be using traditional ways to maintain this information system, right? Let's take this the Sri Lanka this exam department that we have in the country, where we can get all our O levels, A levels, and all the record that we want. So that is the better information management system. I'm not talking about the effectiveness or efficiency, but that is how we need to maintain the information. So whenever we need to get our owner results or owner results, right? Still, we can ask it from them. So they are managing all our information, right? So in that way, our organizations are also managing these informations, right? That is why we have different either traditional or this modern ways. That is why we have different files stored in different places which provide thousand number of information for us, or else we might be like storing our information in our servers to get whatever information we want. On the other hand, we might sometimes be getting information we want to make decisions from the external parties. Maybe information from our competitors, maybe information from different research report, but we might be getting those information. Right. So these are customer insights that we have been discussing so far, insight derived from marketing information, and this becomes the basis for creating customer valuable relationship. When only we have better information about our customers, we can provide a better value for our customers, right? Or else then only we can maintain a better relationship with our customers. Otherwise, or else if we do not have the information about our customers, we would do what we want to do, and which will result in not satisfying our customers. But our ultimate objective should be to satisfy our customers' needs and wants. So that the companies must design effective marketing information, right? So this is what we normally call as marketing information system. The people and procedures dedicated to assessing information needs. So as the organization, we need to assess what kind of information we want. Is it about competitors' prices? Is it about what is happening in the other parts of the world, right? Or is it about how our competitors are changing their behaviors or their buying patterns? So we need to assess what kind of information we want. Is it about tax rates? Right? Is it about let's say the different products coming into the market? Or is it about internal records like our purchase records, our profit records, or our expenses, right? Our assets records, right? So we need to assess the information, right? So for that we can use the people for different techniques, right? Different systems might be there. Or also we can have the different people to see what kind of information we. On the other hand, there can be different divisions which require different information. Let's say the market division might be like wanting to have the information of the sales volume, sales value that we have generated over the last 10 years. Right? So likewise, we can have the different information needs. And after identifying those needs, the companies need to develop the needed information. Right? So after identifying the needs, after identifying that information need, the company's information system division need to develop what they want, right? What the relevant parties want. And finally, once those informations are developed, once those needed information is developed, the company's information system department should distribute those developed information for the required parties, right? මුලින්ම අපි කරන්න ඕනේ අපිට මොන වගේ information ඕනේ කියලා අපි identify කරගන්න ඕනේ. ඒවා identify කරගත්තට පස්සේ අවශ්‍ය කරන information අවශ්‍ය පරිදි අපි develop කරනවා. right? ඒවා develop කරාට පස්සේ last stage එක විදියට decision making කරන්න පුළුවන් විදියට නැත්නම් decisions ගන්න support කරන විදියට අපි ඒ information ඒ අදාළ parties වලට distribute කරනවා. That is what happens in overall from this marketing information system. Right? So are you okay so far? Anything like you missed or you need to understand? Right, okay. A short break, but maybe it's 1 minute break only. So are you are meeting after 1 week of that so that you may have some minutes to talk about stress. So, have you all had your breakfast? Yes or yes, no? No. There can be two answers. It can be either yes or no. It has to be only either yes or no. Okay, I will give you a break. After discussing this one. Not now actually. Right? This is the normal process of our marketing information system. Right? We told you in the definition that we had previously. As the organization, we need to assess what kind of information we need, and we need to develop those needed information. And finally, we need to distribute our developed information for the relevant parties. Right? So the same thing is reflected from this illustration as well. Right? So we have this first one, the assessing information needs, then developing needed information, third one, and analyzing and using information, or else distributing those information for the relevant parties. So we call these three items, the assessing information needs, developing needed information, and analyzing and using information as the three role of marketing information system. What are the main three functions performed by the marketing information system, right? Or else the three actions done by this information system. The assessing information needs, developing needed information, and analyzing and using information system. So I'll be discussing about this further. So when it comes to these assessing information needs, it might be from either marketing managers or other information users. Right? This need for this information or the requirement for this information might be coming either from the internal managers or from external parties. Right? And after this assessing information need, it comes to this developing the needed information part. This information are mainly developed using these three main things: the internal database, the marketing intelligence, and marketing research. Don't worry, I'll be explaining about these separately. What this intelligence means, what this internal database means, what this marketing research, right? So for this developing part, we can use this marketing environment to develop the needed information, right? Our needed information can be developed using the information available in our marketing environment. Marketing environment is the place where we get our needed information, right? So once we develop our information, again we send those information to these required parties. Right? Once we develop our information, we send those information for the required parties. That is what happens normally in this marketing information system. If there is anyone who feels sleepy, they can come and erase this. If someone knows how to delete this at once, please support me. Miss slide එකේ ගොඩක් මට තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ කොහොමද මකන්න ඕනේ කියලා. Any tech savvy people? Right. So I told you the functions of marketing information system, the assessing marketing information needs, the developing marketing information, and analyzing, distributing, and using marketing information. That is what you saw from this purple color. The assessing information needs, developing needed information, and analyzing and using information. We call it as the functions of the marketing information system. Right. So I will go through these one by one. Assessing marketing information, right? How we need to assess. The marketing information system provides information to the company's marketing and other managers and external partners such as suppliers, resellers, and marketing services. Right? So I told you this information requirement can be either from internal parties or external parties, or the people in internally or externally. අපිට එක්ක කම්පැනි එක ඇතුලේ ඉන්න මිනිස්සුන්ගෙන් වෙන්න පුළුවන් මේ requirement එක එන්නේ, Then as some external parties only can go, like our suppliers, like our competitors or different marketing agencies. So we need to assess or we need to know what kind of information they want, right? If we do not have these tax policies, actually these we do not have these tax policies, the rules, regulations. So we don't want to produce some income statement properly. We just can maintain our expenses and income only, right? And we don't want to go for these final accounts and everything. If we do not have these legal requirements, right? That is why actually the organizations are developing those different information. So therefore, we need to first assess the what kind of information our different people need to have. So when we have a good marketing information system, it always balances the information user would like to have against what they really need and what is feasible to work. Right? So it allows us to decide what they want and also what we can offer them to have. And the cost of obtaining, analyzing, storing, and delivering information should be assessed compared to value of the information. So sometimes the organizations do not maintain or manage all the information that they have, right? If they need to maintain or manage the kinds of information, they need to assess the value that such information can generate for the organization or for the required parties. If there is no benefit of managing the kind of information, actually no point of managing such information. මොනවාරි ඉන්ෆර්මේෂන් ටිකක් තියෙනවා නම් අපිට ඉන්ෆර්මේෂන් වලින් කිසිම වැලියු එකක් එන්නේ නැත්නම් අපිට හොව අපේ required parties right if value එකක් එන්නේ නැත්නම් in such cases no point of managing those information right so therefore always when we are keeping our information in our system we always have to see whether those information can add a value for someone or else can add a can give a benefit for our required parties. So after assessing our information needs, now we come for the developing part. This is how we are going to develop our needed information. The first one is the internal data, the marketing intelligence and marketing research, right? So I will go through these separately again. The internal data. So these are the information, the kind of information that we can get within our organization. Or else internally, the information or the data that we can collect internally. We call them as the internal data. Right? So what are the different kinds of information that we can get from our organization or from your organizations? What are the different kinds of information that we can get? Internal data. Is internally what are the information we provide for different people? Yes. Internal data records more available here. They were repeat collected with another name how. So tell me from their names. Yes. What other like just tell me what you are engaging with or is your job role. So you ask, sorry, financial. It's financial records. That is something we provide a significant amount of information, like our income statement, our balance sheet. What are the other internal information sources or other kinds of internal data that we can collect? Sales report. Yes, sales reports. Monthly or daily. What else? What else? What are the other kinds of internal data? One of the organization is we collect data information or employees salary. Yes, employees are responsible for our employees. Right? How many have joined? How many have left in the during 1 week? Right? How many people have gained different trainings? right? How many to be trained, right? So different kinds of information we can get. And these internal data are those about future or are those about past? This internal data? Yes, that is always about past. So this internal data provides information about what has happened for our organization, right? අපේ organization එකේ වෙලා තියෙන්නේ මොනවද කියන එක තමයි මේ internal data වලින් අපිට විතරක් ගන්න පුළුවන්, right? So it might be a base or else it might be a platform for us to decide what will happen, but if you don't provide, what will happen? If you don't provide information about what will happen, right? So it provides information about what has happened for our organization, right? We have the explanation. So the internal databases are collection of consumer and market information obtained from data sources within the company's data, right? We always collect the information within the company's data. So I told you it provides information about what has happened because it's always about the past record or the past data. Then usually this internal data can be accessed more quickly and cheap because it is under our control. We can easily access for this internal data. Internal data, we can access with the command depending on the authority we have, right? We can access, but every investor cost for us to access this internal data. So the internal data is often collected for other purposes. It's like our accounting data or these financial records are maintained for our financial requirements, right? For our HR information is being collected or stored or managed in according to or else to align with our HR policies or HR requirements, right? So this information may not directly be linked to our marketing requirements, but marketing people can use this information, right? So keeping the database current requires a major effort. I discussed it at the beginning. Right? It requires a huge effort. The technical support, the people support, the investment might be needed to maintain this all the data or the information within an organization. Right? So managing information requires highly sophisticated equipment and techniques. Right? Now, can you please tell me how your organizations are managing your internal data? What are the mechanisms you are following, you are applying to maintain different internal data within your organizations? In your management, what are the things you have done to manage your information to your internal data? Internal data, manage how are the answer of any idea?
They are using systems.
Okay.
For example, the revenue, we are using it to be a system. That procurement part, we are using the database.
Okay.
That HR is we are using to HR information. That all that both department uses systems.
Okay. Then you don't have the document-based information available in systems.
Okay, sometimes we have to use manual. For example, that roster so that they are we have to put that in and out manual. They are not technical system.
Yes.
That kind of situations we are using manual forms.
So any idea about the investment that the RC hospital has made to maintain those systems? Have you got any idea?
Yes.
Yes. How much like are they investing?
Yes. Actually millions.
Billions. And how about others? How about you? Some people say they are from Nestle, but you are not from Nestle. We are going to Nestle, correct? Yes. Where are you? Okay, I can do. So you normally do have information. Sorry. Okay. Yes. Any other example? Anyone who likes to share their experience of how they are maintaining their internal data? How about you? Yes. Personal finance. So where I'm working, is it also an audit firm? Yes. The export. Okay. So how do you maintain this information? Is it more towards traditional law, modern way? Modern way. What are the different systems you are using?
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. We can uh, iCloud and backup. We can save our data.
Yes, exactly. So is it something which your organization is practicing?
Yes, my organization doing. I practically doing.
Right. Thank you. Thank you very much for your answer. So, and even this, what is that ERP software? That's right? That is also kind of information source that we have within our organization. It provides all the information about our suppliers, then our distributors, everything is provided. Our even HR part is there, even marketing material, everything is there, right? It provides like a holistic kind of information when we need to make our decisions, right? Then the next one is the marketing intelligence, right? The systematic collection and analysis of publicly available information about consumers, competitors, and developments in the marketing environment. This provides the information available outside the organization, right? This marketing intelligence. This is not all about internal data. This is all about external data that we can collect or that we can have through marketing intelligence. So this the goal of marketing intelligence is to improve strategic decision making by understanding the consumer environment, assessing and tracking competitors' actions, and providing early warnings of opportunities and threats. Right? I told you in the marketing, sorry, in this internal data, it provides information about, sorry, it provides information about what has happened, right? Which means that is all about the past data or the past record that we have in our organization. But when it comes to this internal data, right? When it comes to this intelligence, it provides information about what is happening now in the environment, right? It provides the information about the current situation, and it might provide the trends or the threats or the opportunities that we can have in the future, right, for our organization. So this provides information on what is going on and what will happen. What is going on and what will happen. These are the kind of information that these marketing intelligence are providing. The goal of this comparative marketing intelligence is to improve strategic decision making by understanding the consumer environment, assessing and tracking competitors' actions, and providing early warnings of opportunities and threats. You always provide information about the different opportunities and threats that we have, that we might have in the future. Right. So these are the different sources that we can get our marketing intelligence or the information external, right? So before going to this one, I need to highlight you one major thing, one major point where the companies are used to get this information about our competitors with advice. But one key point is our sales people. Like normally our sales representatives or our sales people, they go for these selling activities. And when they go for these selling activities, they might be going for 2 to 3 days out of the company. They might be having night hours, right? So they might be having like different discussions they have with the other people from other companies as well. Maybe they are staying in one place, right? So maybe while having dinner or while having a drink, they might be discussing about just different like pricing levels or different competitors they can have. Right? When house sales करना है, इसको कहते हैं, they might be from different companies, right? They might be from Unilever, Display, Amos, might be from different companies. But end of the day, they are like staying at one place. The sales rep or say the sales representatives, they're staying at one place, right? So the strategic people can have so many information from other people when they are staying together. Right? That is a one major practice used by these companies to gather information. Right? Just to have informal discussions with other people from other organizations or else from their companies. Right? That is a one big part. So I was going through these one by one, observing consumers. When we are observing about our consumers, we can understand how they are behaving, right? What kind of products they are demanding most, what kind of quantities they are purchasing, or are they going towards our competitors' brands? So are they staying with our brands, right? Then quizzing company personnel, which means we can like give the questionnaire and we can ask this to fill the different information that we want to have. And benchmarking competitors' products, right? We can benchmark the competitors' products and see whether our product is also performing like the competitors' products are performing in the market. Right? And research the internet, we can simply go to Google and we can search the different things, different information available based on our searches. And monitoring internet bus, this internet bus also provides these popular famous discussions that the people are having through internet. And news publications, simple with key customers, suppliers, government agencies, competitive analysis, trade associations, information companies, this everything is providing this marketing intelligence. Information companies like Nielsen, they provided like number of information that the organizations needed. Now we don't have Nielsen existing in Srilanka. They have a Lanka Nielsen. They as far as I know. Then our sales force, as I said here, that's what I told you at the beginning. The sales force is a huge intelligence data source because they can provide all the live information about this environment. They know who the new competitors are, they know their price levels, they know how these new competitors are new, how other competitors are giving discount for our resellers or for our retailers. That is why they are coming to finance division and to convince them that we need to go for this discount, we can reduce our price, we need to like go for different promotional activities, unless we won't be able to sustain in the market, right? And the next one is workshopping. I think I discussed this one with you when we were discussing CRM tools, didn't I? Workshopping, like we send someone a representative to the market, maybe a trained person, or we hire a external part person, right? And we send those persons to the market and ask them to observe what is happening in the environment, what is happening in the market. We just ask them to behave with other consumers as well as an actual consumer, and ask them to behave, ask them to obtain or observe what is happening in the environment. And searching competitors' garbage. Sometimes what is thrown away by these competitors might be something useful for us. right? So other than this, what are the other sources that we can collect information externally? Any practical examples? Like central bank reports, right? It also provides so many information that we. What are the other reports that we have of that nature? How about the reports from census and statistic departments? Right? That is also a kind of information source. And reports from the different research agencies like Kanta, right? There is also a kind of information that we can have. It provides the current situation and it will provide what is happening now. And the different digital reports, or you might be aware of the digital outlook report from this published by University of Calgary, right? Have you heard the digital outlook report? Okay, I will show you. They have one. Can't I get the keyboard here? Does anyone know how can I get the keyboard here? Is it here? This one? You can try this one. This provides so many valuable information about I don't like to provide this information, right? You can try this. This is freely accessible. Provides so many valuable information about the digital behavior of the country, right? What are the most digitally visible brands? What are the most viewed YouTube channels, right? Most viewed Facebook pages, everything is provided. I have a report in my personal computer. I will share it with you after the break, right? So these are the practical applications, right? These are the practical examples of where we can get these marketing intelligence or different information from external parties. Right? Right. So, is everything clear to you? We have discussed two things: the internal data and the marketing intelligence. Right? These are the these are two ways of how we can develop our needed information: the internal data and the marketing intelligence. The main difference is internal data provides information of what has happened in the past. So the intelligence, the marketing intelligence is providing information about the current situation or what will happen in the future. It always gives us the information of the different trends or the threats and the opportunities that we can have for our business organization. Right? So the next one is about the marketing research. So I will not be discussing it now. I will give you a short break and you can come by right? You can come within 20 minutes, right? By 9:45, please come to the class. Online people, you also can have a break in 9:45. Right, okay. We were discussing these three parts: internal data, intelligence, and marketing research. So I will be discussing this marketing research part now. So this is actually the most difficult part of the developing hidden information, right? Because the internal data that is freely available within our organization, in marketing intelligence, we can access those information from outside the organization. For this marketing research, this is going to be a separate process that we use to collect information or to collect a solution for any managerial problems that we have in our organization. So the marketing research, the simple definition, or else we can define it as a systematic design, collection, analysis, and reporting of data and findings relevant to a specific marketing situation facing an organization. Let's say the organization is facing a decline of their sales, right? So they need to find answers of why their sales are declining, right? For that purpose, they might be focusing on undertaking a research, maybe to identify the different factors which are affecting or reducing or declining their sales, right? It might be for research that they have to cut down, or else an organization is identifying that the customer loyalty or else their customer base is going down, right? One organization's customer base is going down. For that purpose, the organization can conduct a marketing research to identify maybe the different factors affecting on the organization's customer satisfaction, right? In that way, we can do a research, and this research is being undertaken using this research process. This is always, or this always has a systematic process for undertaking the research related to a particular managerial problem that the organization is having, right? So the process starting with defining the problem and research objectives and developing the research plan for collecting information and implementing the research plan, collecting and analyzing the data and interpreting and reporting the findings. I will explain this one by one. So before that, let's watch this video. It's about PLC scan and go self checkout system. Right. So now we are going to discuss the first step of this uh, marketing research process, that is the defining problem and search objectives, right? Define the problem. So based on that video, actually I am going to explain this defining problem part and the research objectives, right? So that video was all about introducing a self-checkout system at kiosks. Have you seen that? Practicing self-checkout system in kiosks. Have you used it or have you seen? Anyone know? Have you been? Yes. But not actually in all the kiosks out there they are having it. They are having it only at selected places. I also have seen only one time what I have used, right? So based on this one, the manager has a managerial problem. I told you before going to a research problem, any manager or any organization's manager can have their managerial problems, like their sales are going down and their customer base is going down, right? So in this case also, the manager is considering whether they should, whether should the self-checkout system be adopted despite high cost of implementation? This self-checkout system is a huge cost, whereas this is a high cost amount. So the manager the manager has a problem with his high cost. Should they go for a self-checkout system? Right, with the high cost they have, should they go for a self-checkout system? So then they discuss it with the research team, and they had discussions with different marketing people and especially with the research team. The research team defines it in a way that they can undertake a study. Will self-checkout system result in adequate level of customer satisfaction that justifies its cost? Though that is very much costly, if it can generate a sufficient customer satisfaction, it will be fine, right? So that the research team needs to see whether, though it is involved with a high cost, right, can it generate more satisfaction for the customers, right? The manager නිතරම බලන්නේ මේක high cost එකක් වෙන එකක් ඒක නිසා අපි මේ self checkout system එකට යන්න ඕනද නැහැ, right? Manager කියලා එහෙම concern. So research team එක බලනවා manager ගේ problem එකට answer එකක් දෙන්න. ඔයාගේ මේකේ cost එක වැඩි වුණාට කමක් නැහැ. ඔයාට මේකේ කොච්චර customers ලගේ satisfaction එක අඩු වැඩි කරන්න පුළුවන්. අපි හිතමු මේ self checkout system එක දෙන්න නිසා customer ගේ satisfaction එක වැඩි වෙනවා නම්, so which means though that has a huge cost, right? Though that has a huge cost, that's okay to go for a self checkout system. It will be their findings. And if it does not make customers satisfied, then that is good not to go for this self-checkout system. That finding will come up from the research which will be undertaken by the research, right? And I will take another example. Let's take this, right? Our organization sales going down. Right? So this is going to be the managerial problems. Our sales are going down, and this is going to be the managerial problem. The management experiences that their sales are going down. So first we need to convert this into a research problem, right? We need to convert this into a research problem. Or else this managerial problem means the experience or the current scenario that they are facing. So when it comes to this, when it comes to a research problem, the research team can identify or else can go with the factors affecting on, don't worry about my handwritings, factors affecting on the sales volume or the sales of, let's say this is ABC company. Right? Managers not know sales are right? But they do not know the reasons of why their sales are going down. But the research team can identify the factors affecting on sales. Right? Factors affecting on sales. Let's say then customer satisfaction, their product quality. Those could be different factors. And from those factors, the research team identify that the product quality is low in our organization, the quality of the product is low. So it might be one of the factors, or it might be one of the reasons of why the organization is experiencing less sales. Right? Or else our distribution is experiencing some delays. So it could be one of the reasons of why our sales are going down. Right? So in that way, we need to convert these managerial problems into a research problem. Right? That is how we start this research process first. Right? So once we define our managerial problem into a research problem, we need to go for a research plan, or else this basically discusses how we are going to collect information and from whom we are going to collect information, what are the different mechanisms, tools, techniques we are going to adopt to collect the information from our different respondents. Right? So that is mainly discussed under this developing research plan. This is the second stage of the marketing research process. The researcher develops the most efficient plan for gathering the needed information and discover what that will cost. Research plan එක අපි මේක තමයි අදාළ. අපි කාගෙන්ද data collect කරන්නේ. අපි කොහොමද sample එකක් select කරගන්නේ. Let's say if you are going on data research, that is not practical for us to collect everyone in the country. Right? Instead, we will be selecting a sample representing all the provinces in the country, or maybe all the districts in the country. Right? Maybe a high number of people from Colombo, and since we have many people in Colombo district, or maybe less number of people from Jaffna, if we have less population in Jaffna. So according to the population we have in different parts of the country, we can select some. Right? I will explain those further. To design a research plan, the researcher needs to make decisions about data sources, research approaches, research instruments, sampling plan, contact methods, like how we are going to collect data. Right? That everything has to be determined. From whom we are going to collect data. What are the ways that we are going to follow to collect the data from the respondents. Right? So we have a summary for that. Right? We can decide whether we are going for primary data or secondary data. Primary data means for our research purpose, we are by ourselves, we are collecting data. Right? For our research purpose. Let's say we need to see why our sales are going down. So we might be going to the market and we are deciding to collect data for the first time from our selected respondents. Right? That is going to be the primary data. අපි අපේ research team එක විසින්ම එහෙම නැත්නම් අපේ research problem එකට අපේ විසින්ම data collect කරන එක තමයි primary data කියලා කියන්නේ. Like the data collected by this person, therefore to measure their customer satisfaction, they are collecting data from us. Right? That is to measure the satisfaction about the customers visiting person. Right? Let's say this Chartered Institute or is this sub-campus need to see your satisfaction about the different programs that you are having. Then this campus decides to collect data from you. That is about the primary data. Right? Because they are collecting data from you directly about your satisfaction. That is primary data. And the next one is the secondary data. Secondary data means using data collected by someone else for our purpose. වෙන කවුරු හරි ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ purpose එකකට collect කරපු data අපි අපේ research purpose එකට පාවිච්චි කරනවා. Let's say using the reports for the data available in central bank. Like central bank publishes data for everyone, but that is not giving a solution for our problem. But we try to use those data for our research problem. That is secondary data. Or else using the data in share market. right? Those are not the data collected by our team for our research purpose. Those could be the data collected by someone else, or maybe those could be the data stored in somewhere else, right? And those must have been collected for another purpose. But we try to use those data for our research purpose. And in marketing, this secondary data is applied, let's say, using customer reviews. Right? Let's say we need to see how customers are talking about different hotels in the country. We as a team, we need to discuss. So for that purpose, we might be using the reviews given by the customers towards the different hotels in the country. Right? So what reviews here in a hotels. අපි ඒකට වෙනම රිසර්ච් ටීම් එකක් විසින් අපි බලනවා කොහොමද මේ රිවිව්ස් වලින් කස්ටමර්ස් ලා හොටෙල්ස් ගැන මොනවද කතා කරලා තියෙන්නේ right ඒ වෙලාවට අපේ ප්‍රොෆෙෂනල් කලෙක්ටර් ඩේටා නෙමෙයි වෙන හොටෙල්ස් වල තමන්ගේ customer satisfaction එක බලන්න කලෙක්ටර් data but we as a separate team use those data to our so that is about the secondary data right using the data collected by someone else for our purpose. That is secondary data. Primary data means we decide to use or else we decide to collect data for our purpose and that is going to be collected by ourselves. Right? Is the primary data. Right. Then we have different research approaches. Right? It is like how we are going to collect it. Research approaches. How we are going to approach our sample. First one is observation, right? Like we can go to the market and observe what is happening. What are the different brands available? What are the different prices available? What are the different communication methods available? Let's say we need to see, we need to observe how the different social media pages of our competitors are functioning. Then we can simply go to different social media pages of our competitors and we can see about their posts, how frequently they are posting, what are the contents they are sharing, right? What are the different social media activities that they are following. We can observe. We can do this observation in online and offline in both ways, right? Or we can go to the market and we can observe how customers are behaving. What are the frequency of how frequently customers are buying our brands or our competitors' brands. We can see those information, we can observe those information. And the next one is a focus, right? Have you heard about this focus group before? Focus group in Galle, anyone? Yes or no? Focus group, right? I will explain that one as well. In focus group, what happens is we take let's say 8 to 12 people, right? We have a discussion together about something we are going to do. Right? Let's say we need to introduce a new package for our product. Right? Then we come up with that sample package and we give that package to everyone, all those 8 to 12 people, and we ask their ideas about our new package. Right? And there is a moderator to moderate that discussion, and we might be getting those respondents feedback about what we are going to do for our new package. And I will show you one video related to this focus group, then you will further understand that. It does not come. Why is it? Anyone who knows why it is not coming? The keyboard is not coming. If someone knows, please try. For that, put a someone.
සර් කීබෝඩ් එක මේ මයික් එකට එහා පැත්තේ තියෙනව නේද පල්ලෙය?
ඔව් ඒක ඉන්නේ නෑ ඒකයි. මලී මට මේකේ කීබෝඩ් එක පොඩ්ඩක් ගන්න සපෝට් කරනවද කියලා. හෙලෝ. ඔව් මේකේ කීබෝඩ් එක මේ ස්ක්‍රීන් එකේ. හරි. ඔව් මෙතනින් තමයි මම කලින් යූස් කළේ මේ මයික් එකේ එහා පැත්තේ but now it does not count. අපි මෙතන දැන් ඉන්නේ නේද? එහෙම අර මේ පොඩ්ඩක් එදී ටච් කරලා ඉන්නවනේ. ඔව්. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to show you how these focus groups are being practiced. Right, this is a focus group which was conducted before introducing a one-time form lead for the source code, right? You can watch this and understand how the focus groups are built. What fits up in there and normal. Those are different findings they got from that. Now they allow them to experience it. That's about the preference. Right in focus groups, they allow people to use it actually, and they allow people to have experiences, and based on their experience, they get the people, so the consumer preferences or their ideas, their suggestions, their feedbacks about the new things that they are going to introduce. Demand, right? These things are really being applied or really being practiced in practical, but right? The organizations are really doing this. The next one, the survey, that is about giving questionnaire and collecting information. Right? Other than this, we can have many more like interviews. We can have personal interviews with the customers about what they have to discuss or what they have to talk about our brands or the product, or changes that they're expecting. And if we are going to do something new for the product, we can ask them individually about how they would prefer, how they would accept our new changes for the brands. Right? That is about the research approaches. Then we have research instruments, which means either questionnaire or qualitative measures. So these surveys are more towards these quantitative or questionnaires, right? So qualitative methods means interviews, observations, focus groups. It's like we have more towards discussions. The questionnaire will be सामान्य टिका quantitative they will analyze by using different technical tools like difference of pairs. You might have sometimes heard SPSS, AMOS, right? I don't want to explain those things to you now. But in qualitative measures, we need to have, we can obtain some deeper information about what customers have to say about our brands or the product, right? So Also, we have technological devices of how we can collect this information, right? We have some eye tracking methods in marketing. There is a PLP practice, even some brain tracking methods we have. Let me show you one video of such. How this eye tracking is being practiced. Companies need to know where normally customers look at. Is it about the brand name? Is it about the price? Is it about the ingredients? Right? Where do they see first? And even at the entrance, where do they see first? And where do they focus first? But these things are even Keels, I think in Sri Lanka, they do practice this one to collect information from the consumers before locating some of the products or the brands in their shelves. They do practice these things. Right? For supermarkets, this is very much important. That is, we need to decide where they should locate their brands or the products in their shelves. That is why the supermarkets, the prices for the eye levels in the shelves are very much high. Because the shelves are different levels, right? Above eye levels, then our eye levels, below eye levels, we have different levels. So if we need to put our brands for the consumers in the eye levels of the shelves, we need to invest a lot. For our brand, we need to invest a lot, right? That is why these giant brands are always keeping their brands in the eye levels because they have enough money to invest. That is why these small players, the small brands, small companies are keeping their brands below eye levels. Most probably, purposefully a product purchase. But when we are walking away, we can easily see these eye levels of the shelves. But if we need to put our brands in the eye levels, it requires a huge cost. It really demands a huge cost for us to give those retailers. Then we need to decide how we are going to do the sampling. I told you if you are doing a research, that is not practical for us to collect data from everyone in a country or everyone in a particular region. Rather, we would select a sample which represents the everyone in that particular region. One thing is sampling is that is which means is it individual consumers, a group of consumers, a family. Again, आप तनी मिनिट्सुगे data collect करना होता है. या तो group पे काफी मिनिट्सुगे data collect करना होता है. Families के data collect करना होता है. That is we call as a sampling unit, right? Then the sample size how many people should be included for our sample. Let's say in our country we have 20 million or 22 million. Then out of those 22 million, how many people should be included for our research? Is it 10%, 15%, 20%? We have decided, maybe based on our budget, right? Maybe based on our accessibility, right? Based on time we have, we can decide how many people should be there in our sample. And the sample procedure. It's like how we are going to select it. How many people should be there from Colombo district, from Jaffna, from Martha? How we are going to select it? Is it based on different methods we do have actually? So which is not required for your level. So that is basically about how many people should be coming from different parts of the country. They have researching area areas වලින් අපි කී දෙනෙක් select කරගන්නවද කියන්නේ. Right? Provinces 9 නම් provinces 9 representative විදිහට අපි කී දෙනෙක් තෝරගන්නේ කොහොමද කියන්නේ. Right? For your level that understanding is enough. Then how we are going to contact those respondents? Is it over the phone? Right? Is it via an email? Is it face to face? Or is it online? Right? Like Google Forms, the simple method you also have experience. Google Form that is online, or email methods. Even through emails, we can reach out our respondents. Or maybe we can make a phone call. So many credit card companies are doing this one. They do make calls for the people and ask about their like satisfaction or how many credit cards they are using. Those information they get. Or personally, we can talk to our respondents directly. These methods are being applied. And the next one is implementing the research plan. Right. The third one is implementing the research plan, collecting and analyzing the data. So this is the stage where the researcher collects and analyzes data according to the research plan. So the data can be analyzed using quantitative techniques or qualitative data analysis, right? As I told you previously, we have some analytical methods, maybe different tools, different techniques we can use. Right. And once we analyze those data, we need to interpret and reporting those findings of the data for our required parties. At the last step, the researcher presents the findings. Researchers are increasingly asked to play proactive, consulting role in translating data and information into insights and recommendations for management. So once we undertake the research, we need to provide all the findings for our required parties. Maybe through reports, maybe through presentations, maybe through different dashboards. We can provide those information for our required parties. There is a normal process involved with this. Normal process involved with that research process. So marketeers must have a proper understanding of the problems that they can that they encounter, which need to be solved by knowing more about the matter. And this is about the plan we have. They need to plan it, they need to implement it, and they need to finally come up with the findings that they want to have. These are some of the contemporary approaches to marketing to these surveys, like Survey Monkeys. You may not have heard it. So we can online distribute our questionnaires for the respondents. So easily we can collect the data about their preferences, survey monkeys. Then this eye tracking which I showed you, right? This really allows people to decide where the customers are seeing first or where the customers are looking at first. When they are entering into if it is a supermarket, a textile shop, right? This is very much important. So based on these findings, we can actually decide where we should keep our particular brands or our different brands. Or even the retailers can charge different prices based on where customers see first. Right? Customers are putting pay the time on the putting balancing. After local prices there. So we can charge high prices from our different retailers, right? Different companies. And final part, the analyzing, distributing, and using marketing information. How we are going to analyze, distribute, and use this marketing information. Right? We have discussed two parts of the marketing information system. The first one was assessing the needed information, and the second one was the developing the needed information. Right? Assessing के तरह ने एक part is not आवश्यक information whether requirement available. Who needs different kinds of information? Is it internal people, external people? Right? We assess it, and once we assess it, we try to develop those needed information. Right? When it comes to development stage, we have 3 levels. What are those? How do we develop the information? What are the 3 ways of how we can develop the information? Sorry? I did asking like we have 3 stages, 3 actions in the marketing information system. First one is assessing, then second one is developing, third one is analyzing, distributing, and using marketing information. Then the first one we assess who needs information. We search for who needs what kinds of information. Then once we assess that requirement, we go for the development stage. So under the development stage, what are the 3 ways of how we can develop those information? Yes, internal data, intelligence, and marketing research, right? So through those 3 ways, we can develop the needed information. And finally, we can analyze, distribute, and use marketing information. So marketing information has no value until it is used to make better marketing decisions, right? And the processed and analyzed information must be made available to the right decision maker at the right time, right? When a management needs information at a particular time, we as the information system department should be able to give those information on time, right? Let's say if they need something within 1 month, we should be able to give it within 1 month. And if we give it after 2 to 3 months, it may not have a sufficient value. Otherwise, it will not have a good value for our information. So the MIS must make information readily available to managers and others who need it. And many firms use company intranet and internal CRM system to facilitate this process. The CRM system is a very good source for us to have different information about our customers. I will tell you one example. We have so many loyalty cards. From Keys, we have Nexus. In Article, we have a privilege card. In Cargills also we have. Even if it is a textile shop, we have. Knowledge, food panel, wherever we go. Right now, we do have these loyalty cards. These loyalty cards actually provide so many information about our buying patterns. If it is keys, right, they always ask us to enter our Nexus card number whenever we are going to the cashier. Right, if we have a Nexus card, we can easily enter it, and they give some discounts as well on Nexus World. That is something else. So through that Nexus system, they can collect all the information about us. Like how frequently we are visiting, and what are the items we are purchasing mostly, and are we like regular customers? How many visits we make per month? They can get all the information about our shopping behavior. And actually, when a company has those information, they should try to use those information for their marketing, let's say promotional activities. Let's say one example, uh, let's say one person, let's say a female one, she is buying some, let's say this milk powder used by these pregnant mothers, right? Let's say like they are purchasing it now, which means they are like either pregnant or else one of their relatives or their friends is pregnant now, right? So when POC is having that information, they should be able to use those information after 10 months or 1 year of time to target some baby products for the same person, right? Because after 9 months or 8 months, right, that person might be delivering a baby, or else one of the relatives or close friends might be having a baby. That is why they are purchasing those pregnancy related baby milk powder items, right? So when a company is having those information, they should be able to use those information for their better CRM activities, right? දැන් අපි එහෙම පර්චේස් කරනවා තව මාස 9කින් 10කින් අවුරුද්දකින් මේගොල්ලෝ පොඩි ළමයින්ට ගැලපෙන දේවල් අර මිනිස්සුන්ව ටාගට් කරලා ප්‍රොමෝට් කරන්න පුළුවන්. But that is not actually happening in Sri Lanka. When an excess promotion is going on, it communicates to everyone, whether it is not, whether it is needed or not, right? Whether that is their target market, they promote it to everyone. Sometimes hospitals might be doing this one, I don't know, right? So targeting their orders and their customer base with the databases they have, they might be promoting, right? That is how we should use this information collected for our CRM activities, right? Through the CRM activities, we actually can collect so many information, right? So many information we can collect. So through those, we should be able to target our customers separately. Or we need to have a better understanding what they will purchase in the future. Because everyone will not be buying baby or kids items after one year of time. Only the people who bought those items before they deliver the baby will be buying those kids related products after 1 year of time, right? So that we should target those people separately. And this is how we can present our information for the decision makers, right? Maybe our weekly reports, how many how much have increased, how about our pending of sales, how much we have closed as sales, our median, average, everything we can provide. These are kind of dashboards which provides a summary of what we are doing, or a summary of the information that we have collected, right? Number of queries we have, number of clients over time, how about the fluctuations of our number of clients, number of customers, whether we are maintaining a consistent level, whether our customer base is going up, whether it is going down, that everything can be provided through these marketing information systems, right? Okay, that is the those are the main things that I was focusing on discussing under this session. Anything you would like to ask? Any question you have? And then we will do a small activity. Now, yes, we have time. Let's say we'll take this interview. This is a campus, but I will be doing this based on marketing research. Even online people can contribute. Right. The marketing research process I will be taking into discussion. So this let's assume this campus is experiencing a low number of students registration for their programs, right? They're experiencing low number of students, or else the number of students registered for the programs are declining. It's just, and the management needs to know the reasons for those. So how would you plan the research for this problem? So you will discuss it. How you would identify the research problem correctly, how you would set the objectives, and how you would plan the research, how you would collect the data, and the final part you're gonna do interpretation and reporting you're gonna do since you don't have data. So the first three parts you're gonna discuss. So we'll do it group basis. Since we don't have enough time, U6 can be in one group. U3 and U2 can be one group. U6 can be one. U4 and U. Please do this. Just take on 10 minutes. Virat, the high karo. Just assume this university is experiencing the less number of students, right? Registered for their degree program. Hurry up, then can simply be able to ready for the current most. Good. If I can do it. Understood my question. Everyone tell points what you site and we divide for the Other demonstrations, like CA is accounting. So it normally focus on accounts points. So yeah, behind the problem for the policies. The problem is low students. So that's how developing a research plan and writing implement. That's the for that only we need to discuss and many people think, many students and other people think that the set campus is CA. So I think that CA set campus will have only accounts and finance course. So the other management courses basically not yet okay, known by others. Yeah. Student from yeah, this part. While we have the distance, there is some part that we know about CA. So she's internal. The other the second thing for data is collecting from controlled students, the newly enrolled students. Like discussing with them, they know there is another course. There are someone can speak. Otherwise, it should be very small. But how is it done? How about you? We go for the third one. When it comes. You done? I did separately. You said. I'll give you another 1 minute. This is your first day. First day. Right, okay, can we have your answers? How about your first step? Others guys listen. Now the time is enough.
First step is defining the problem.
Right.
Our managing problem is low number of students are registering for courses in
Yes.
Then we identify the research problem. These factors affecting to registering of low number of students for subjects. Examples, we found that more students are doing government is less variety of degree programs in subjects. And it can be high cost for some students.
Okay, right. Then second step.
We can collect data to secondary data.
Okay, what are the data sources?
So, conducting service of potential cases,
Okay.
like after the other students.
Okay.
Ask of the current students that but your friends going to another universities like we can group discussions, we can send some surveys to their friends or some groups, WhatsApp group. We can implement the business.
That's all. Yes. That's okay, my question. How about your case, please? Okay, that's fine. Okay.
There's a problem and other than saying there's other things also they need to have like this promotion and example data analytics. That's the problem.
Yes, second step.
Second step is implementing the research plan. So after collecting the data, we can come to a point that in September, in our research, according to the main program are three programs. Going to the first one is most of the people don't know that September also has other analytics degree and management science. So September is conducted by CA. So they believe that students only, the students who are interested in accounting and finance only targeting about that. So we need to give the same importance as BSc accounting degree for same promotion, social media, and going to schools, tuition classes, giving handouts, same as accounting degree. We need to give the promotion for the analytics degree also. So there is a more, as it is a more emerging degree during these statistic days, there are more chances to get more students enrolled in analytics degree. Already, as a campus is almost good in the accounting degree program. The other one is maybe we can implement monthly installment plans like the other fee system, as it is already having the money.
But in second stage, we should discuss about how we are collecting information for the breakdowns we have.
Yeah.
Are they giving recommendations? Yes, we can go to schools and make them aware. Politely.
This program.
Yes, maybe sponsoring, let's say, we can sponsor them and make awareness. That is how practically we should do. Or else we can ask about, let's say, if we need to know about the awareness of our programs, we can give our questionnaires for the school students and see to what extent the people are aware of our products or the other programs that we offer. But that is what we can do. Yes, next, what else you have?
I send the voice for the third one.
Implementing research. Then who discussed the second point? Then you discuss, okay. How about your group?
Define the problem means we are thinking about more lack of awareness for students that about sub-campus and about their degrees and our role. So the research objectives are lack of awareness about students and selecting the place, selecting student, selecting about SATs. And the second part is developing the research plan for collecting information is going to be a focus to about the A-level students who recently ended up in the
About what will you be discussing in the focus group?
focus group.
What will you be discussing at the focus group? What will you be discussing?
So this is about privilege of selecting sub campus and the cost, low cost, because every other universities are other than government, so every other private universities are more than 20 lakhs degrees and it's low cost.
So those information should be coming from our promotional campaigns, like our low cost and different alternatives we have. Let's say if we can go for focus group like let's say if we can ask them about the new programs that they like to have, which we do not have, it would be a good solution. Like that flipped up example of that source model, there we came up with a new lead for our barbecue source model, right? They also, before introducing the new one, we asked them about the preference that those people can have. So our benefits and our low less cost, those things can be shared throughout promotional programs. Okay, next.
And the implemented plan is
Oh, you guys.
and the implementation plan was using a survey question system.
Sorry.
Survey question system by online
Okay, to whom are we going to share that survey?
to all the social networks.
No, to whom? To whom? How the big thing?
Students.
Which students, like, is it A-levels or students? Is it just past O-level ones, right? We have to clearly define to whom are we going to give our questions. But actually, practically, when we are planning our research, right, when it comes to our real organizational practices, we have to consider our practical issues, like practically how we can share it. Because when we are going for a university type of things and when we are targeting this young market, and if we can share our questionnaires via WhatsApp group, that will be ideal. Since they have so many informal WhatsApp groups, these WhatsApp communities, they can have, but it would be very much ideal to target these types of people, they will be responding to us. Or maybe sharing our questionnaires via social media platforms, it will also generate some new responses, right, from our respondents. Or else we can specially target these areas students, right, who are in this, especially this chemistry, right? We can really target those people when we are going to select our sample. Right, okay. So with that, I will be winding up the session, and next week I will give you some sample questions from the 4 sessions we have had so far. Right? So that please go through these handouts or the material that I have shared with you. I hope you all have access to the LMS, and I will upload the base session also to the LMS, and I will give you some sample questions. So those types of questions would be there at the exam as well, not the exact questions, but those would be sample types of questions. So I told you after the session, we are going more towards the practical applications of marketing, about the marketing strategies, right? Before going to that, we need to have a better understanding of these 4 sessions we have had so far. In the three, go through those materials and come to the next week session, right? Okay, then thank you and have a nice week.